Voices is a 2014 psychological horror film that I love. And hey, it stars Ryan Reynolds, but it also has a teachable lesson, and that is that seeing the world with a Disney filter is fun. But if you're crazy in the head, just take your fucking meds, okay? The movie starts at a factory where Jerry and other employees are making bathtubs. Jerry's manager calls him over to give some exposition, saying that he made sure to tell the court and Jerry's psychiatrist that he's doing a great job, giving us the first clues that something's not really right with our buddy Jerry. The manager then gives him the exciting job of planning the office barbecue party, saying that Fiona, the hot chick from accounting, is also helping. Wink wink. We then jump to Jerry's awesome house that's located inside an abandoned bowling alley. Jerry, excited, starts trying on outfits for the barbecue pitch meeting, but a voice from the other room starts killing the vibes.
You act like they're doing you a favor to let you work there. Like they should be able to fuck you in the ass without lube whenever they want.
Ruining the rest of Jerry's night. To skip a bit, the barbecue group pitches ideas for the party. Fiona says, "Let's do a conga line," while Jerry embarrasses himself by trying to flirt with her. The manager ends the meeting. This guy, John, talks about how sushi is the shit, and it really is. Fight me, bitch. And then Fiona asks Jerry if her old-ass iPod can connect to his sound system. He says yes. She runs away like a pretty princess, causing Jerry to see a pepperoni heart on his pizza. Now you may be thinking this is just some symbolism, but it's actually another hint into Jerry's psyche. Jerry meets with his therapist and says he's happy, but admits he's not taking his meds, then lies, saying that he's not hearing voices in his head. Doc says that he needs to take his loopy pills and to take a chance on asking Fiona out. Conga break!
Whores in this house, there's some whores in this house, there's some whores in this house, there's some whores in this house.
I said certified free, 7 days a week, wet ass pussy, make that pull-out game weak.
After the party, Jerry heads home, and we meet Bosco, his dog, who's a good boy, and we also meet my favorite character, Mr. Whiskers.
Did you fuck the bitch?
I don't have to answer that.
And you'll never fuck her either because you disgust her.
Hey, a talking cat that's an ass? What more could I ask for, folks? Bosco also talks too. Jerry stops by accounting to see Fiona, and hey, Anna Kendrick's in this too. And she has a crush on Jerry, who she invites to come out and hang with the cool gang. But Jay, having eyes for Fiona, ignores Anna's flirting and gives his crush a ride home, while asking her out on a date for sushi cause John made it sound fucking amazing, and she says yes. Back at the house, Jerry tells his buds the good news. The next day, we see Fiona's true colors though, when Jerry stops by the office again and she hides so that she can dip out on the date and go to karaoke with the girls instead. Jerry waits for Fiona to show up while also finding himself on the set of an Elvis vs. Jackie Chan movie, but leaves when the place is about to close. After some karaoke fun, Anna drops Fiona off at her car, and it's dead. But luckily, Jerry passes by and picks her ass up, showing us that pretty privilege is a real thing. Cause after ditching our buddy Jerry, she convinces him to go get some food, acting all cute. While on their way to get food, Jerry starts hallucinating while saying there are 4 angels, Michael, Raphael, and Gabriel, then asks her to guess the 4th one. They go back and forth on who it could be until Bambi's dad crashes into the car and asks Jerry to
Jerry, kill me. I wanna die.
He grabs a knife that just happens to be nearby and ends the deer's life while saying,
The 4th angel is Lucifer. What? Lucifer is an angel, a fallen angel.
This creeps Fiona the fuck out, causing her to run into the woods as Jerry chases after her, saying things that don't really help his case.
Fiona! He asked me to do it!
Just do it!
Still holding on to the knife, he stumbles into Fiona and stabs her in the chest. Not wanting her to suffer like the deer, he then stabs her to death.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
He then heads home, washes himself off, and asks his pets for some advice.
Maybe the best thing to do is just go to the cops and explain everything.
They're gonna throw your ass in jail where tattooed meth addicts will butt fuck you daily for 15 years to life.
So, is murder wrong? And, should you turn yourself in? Sure, but, personally, I would just be listening to the cat at this point.
Go get rid of the fucking body, dipshit.
So Jerry goes back to retrieve the body, picturing Fiona as Sleeping Beauty, with no blood or big-ass stab gashes all over her, but as he walks away, we the audience see the reality of the situation. Jerry gets a bunch of containers and a pack of cutting saws. Then a cop stops to chat, but he acts like everything is okay, then gets a call from a therapist and heads over to her office with Fiona wrapped in the back of his truck. Again, to skip a bit, Doc tells Jerry again to take his meds. He says, nah, brah, but she reminds him he'll get locked up if he stops popping his reality pills, so he says okay and goes on his way. Back at his house, he starts cutting up his love, putting her in the plastic containers, but decides to keep her head and puts it in the refrigerator. That's when he decides that the best thing to do is to finally take his meds, but Mr. Whiskers says he'll no longer be able to talk to his friends, aka them. Just then, Fiona calls for him and says that because of him, she's now a severed head, so do the right thing and take your fucking meds. And he does, and goes to bed. His dreams show us some backstory, that his dad was an ass, but his mom was also cuckoo banana nut bread crazy just like him. Waking up and the rose-colored glasses now off, Jerry sees what his delusions have been hiding. The house is a mess, dog crap on the floor, his furry babies don't talk to him anymore, and Fiona's head isn't very fresh. Overwhelmed, Jerry chucks those meds down the drain. And the next morning, everything is back to normal. Jerry plays with his head, the animals are talking again, so he heads off to work happier than a crackpot clam. But his manager asks if he's seen Fiona, and he dodges the question by acting super suspicious. Back at home, he watches some animal porn while Mr. Whiskers asks if he's going to kill again. But Bosco says that murder is wrong and to not be influenced by the passive-aggressive kitty. But Jerry does want to kill somebody. So he asks Anna out on a date. Alright, I'm just gonna say it. These, bitches are some fake-ass friends because I see no concern for their missing friend who's rotting in a fridge right now. Jerry and Anna bond over having cats, and she asks him if he would like to see her pussy. Cat, come on guys, get your heads out of the gutter. However, instead of driving to her apartment, he drives her to an old house in the middle of nowhere. Jerry explains that this used to be his childhood home, and then proceeds to have a flashback of his mom saying some normal things, like she can talk to animals, angels, and mentions that the loony bin people were on their way, and then proceeds to ask Jerry to end her suffering. And after getting caught, he got sent away himself. For some reason, Anna finds this super hot and sexy, and they leave, with Jerry putting back a knife that he was going to use to end Anna's life. Back at her place, they have some snoo fun, and the next day it's clear that this chick is in love. Jerry happily goes home and tells Bosco that he finally has a girlfriend, but Mr. Whiskers chimes in, and man, I love this fucking cat, folks.
Where the fuck's my food, fuckface? Food.
Hey, Mr. Whiskers.
Food. Now.
Jerry's humming, having a good old time, but Fiona says to get her a goddamn friend, aka kill someone again. This causes Jerry to start second-guessing everything, cause he actually wants to be with Anna. Jump to work, he gets called up to the accounting office, but it was just a ruse for the two lovebirds to start making out, but her friend catches them. Anna asks her buddy for Jerry's address, saying she's going to drop off a little gift, which we all know by now isn't a good idea. Back at home, Jerry watches the news that says his ass is grass, due to the police finding parts of Fiona's body and plastic containers in the woods, with the chief cop making sure that Jerry knows he done fucked up. Jerry is panicking just as somebody begins knocking on his door, and it's Anna who asks to come in, but Jay conveniently locks the door and says goodnight while going up to the roof to enter back in through the skylight. But Anna, being oblivious to his hints of wanting her to leave, she unlocks the door with a hairpin, goes inside, and is surprised to see Jerry is a big old freak. Blood all over the house, cat crap on the couch, but something else catches her eye. So real quick, I just wanted to say that I love the way that this scene was filmed. Cutting back and forth from Jerry's perspective, seeing the house all clean, then back to Anna, where the house is filthy as hell, and You know, all the details the director put in this film, it was just really well executed. So I'm just giving it some hell yeah. Anywho, Anna puts 2 and 2 together and realizes Jerry is a killer and tries to leave, but Jerry starts flipping out, causing her to run and hide in the bedroom. But come on, girl, ain't no way that flimsy door is going to stop this lunatic, am I right, folks? Cause he just opens it and walks right in. Anna starts saying everything will be okay, that she won't tell anyone, still think he's hot, and then takes the opportunity to get the hell out of Dodge. Jerry puts her head next to Fiona's and ends the night with his mind even more snapped. The next day, the accountant gang wonders where the hell is Anna, Fiona, and after some snooping, they find out that Jerry was locked up in a mental asylum. Worried, this chick goes to Jerry's house all freaking alone to ask where the hell her friends be at, but ends up becoming the newest victim on the chopping block. Jerry then struggles on what to do. And decides that going to a therapist and kidnapping her would be best. Driving to the middle of nowhere, Jerry asks his therapist,
Why do I hear voices?
Doc tells Jerry that everyone hears voices that tell them things like Feyland is cool, subscribe to my channel, and a bunch of other stuff, but says that just because you have thoughts doesn't mean you have to act like a psycho bro when it comes to the bad ones. Meanwhile, these two break into Jerry's house, let out Bosco, discover the heads, and don't call 911 till hours later, cause catching a killer 101, wait till the very last minute to get the cops involved. Jerry comes home, the therapist sees all the crazy things he's done, and then the fuzz finally show up. Jerry says goodbye and tries to escape, knocking out a gas pipe on his way down. The therapist gets saved, we hear on the radio that Bosco and Mr. Whiskers is saved, while the cops search around and then all of a sudden, the pipe explodes. And instead of trying to run, Jerry accepts his fate and passes away by carbon monoxide poisoning. And the movie ends with a disco dance party!
Get on down the road. Come on, get on down the road. Don't you carry nothing that might be alone. Come on, get on down.
So you may be wondering, what the hell was that ending? But it's showing us that even in the end, Jerry's mind while dying paints a happy picture of everything being okay to cope with passing away. So, there. The ending's explained. The end. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video. Please hit the big red subscribe button down below. Like the video, hit the bell icon, all that good shit. We're almost up to 1,000 subscribers. So hey, thank you for believing in me. Most of all, I believe in you. Don't forget it. That's it. Goodbye.
Every time I say I want you, every time I say I need you.